This is a symbol of an era. This is an icon. Polished metal, flying colors, a beauty worthy of being called the national symbol of the US of A. The name itself sounds synonymous to the US Air Forces, the Mustang. The silver wings of democracy and freedom. Many believe it to be the best single-engine fighter of the Second World War. Some, though, raise doubts. They say, well, what's so special about this Mustang? Even when it first entered service, it had nothing new to offer. Among the top 5 American aces, none flew the Mustang. Among the top 10, only George Preddy. The Mustang didn't even start its career with anything impressive. Neither the Royal Air Force pilots nor the American pilots were enthusiastic about it. Nevertheless, it was the Mustang, specifically its latest, the more numerous models C and D, that won the war in the skies over the Reich. And no, we haven't misspoken it. The war, not the battles. The war. How? Simple enough. Bombers raiding the Axis factories needed fighters to cover them on all stages. A lot of fighters. So many that the hordes of Messerschmitts and Focke-Wulfs wouldn't be able to outnumber them. Would the Spitfires do? No. They were complex, expensive, and therefore few. Moreover, their combat range was far from that required for long bombing raids. The Lightnings? Maybe. The Thunderbolts? Well, their range was better, but their maintenance costs were stiff. A turbocharger had a ludicrous price tag back then. Now, the Mustang with its high-altitude Merlin engine was just the right thing. Its simplicity was a huge benefit. It was cheap and easily mass-produced. Back when it was being designed, the P-51 had been thought through so well that the production of various units and modules could be entrusted to independent makers, some of which had never even made anything for aviation prior to the order. By the time Model C was created, the North American factory in Dallas had so much experience they could take 2 Mustangs, disassemble them, mix up the modules, reassemble in random order, and get 2 planes back again. Even today in 2021, it's rarely possible with 2 identical cars. By the way, in case you forgot, war means you never have enough weapons. Any surplus is what's left after the war's over. But by mid-1944, the North American factories were asked to slow down a bit, since they were making Mustangs faster than the Air Force could take them. Military air engineering never saw anything like it, neither before nor after the war. As for the fact that no combat records were set by Mustang pilots, well, they never had the task of setting any records in the number of enemy planes destroyed. Keeping them away from bombers was enough. Basically, the mission was to prevent the enemy from fulfilling their task. The Mustang convoys accompanying Allied bombers made it possible to obliterate the Nazi oil extracting and processing industry. They also helped annihilate the Reich's aircraft factories, power plants, transportation lines, and warehouses. Countless Luftwaffe fighters could not fly without gasoline, or simply hadn't been made thanks to them. Finally, the P-51 is simply stunning. Bright finished duraluminum, an exquisite aesthetic of smooth body lines and sharp angles of flat surfaces and prop blades, a bubble canopy, a perfect shape for perfect content.